Chapter 5, Episode 19. Their next assignment was in New York, New York. Billy, as usual, had made all the arrangements. He had booked a 6-day stay at the Hotel Mulberry. They used disposable ID, sister and brother. They were also booked at Prescott Hotel for the same time, relatively officially as who they were. Billy preferred the nicer hotel for thinking and relaxing. He thought of Hotel Mulberry as their factory. Also a fine hotel, but picked for its location. Dr. Silverfish was the target. It was to be flashy. His associates were acceptable collateral damage. It had to be public. What are our parameters? It has to look political. A confusing statement. A car bomb. No, car bombs are overused. They're ugly and mean. Any dickhead can blow up a car. We need something a little flashier. Poison darts? Not obvious enough. Elephant gun? Hard to carry in a crowd. There was a holy assembly at the site. Billy had been working on an idea in his head. He took another look at the itinerary. Bankers, weapon handlers, security conglomerates. It was tempting to take them all out, but it wasn't in their assignment's requirements. They were to follow the guidelines. It's what they were paid to do. It made the assignments more challenging and more fun. A remote-controlled drone, or 12 of them in tandem, or from 12 different directions, or let's be biblical and make the 12 a distraction with small explosives, and the wrath of Jesus drone drops in from above and drives a silver spike through his head. Sally looked at Billy to see if he was joking or thinking. He was planning. He was still coloring outside the lines, but he had his idea. He explained his plan to Sally. Yes, that will make an impression. What do we need? Billy made a list. Thought it through and added a couple things. Buying 12 drones was a bit of a problem. They didn't want to buy more than one in any shop. Luckily, New York was a big city. It took most of the day to track down the 12 hobby shops, and at the end of the day, Sally was relieved to dispose of her wig and remove the makeup that made her look 30 years older. Her leg was sore from the brace she and Billy had made to make her walk with a slight limp. It wasn't too obvious, but enough for any salesperson to remember should a detective come in and ask if anyone bought a drone. Drones were a pretty big seller. Billy was in his element preparing a new remote that he had built with components from all 12 remotes. Sally watched but didn't talk while Billy worked on the small thermite explosives. Is the do not disturb sign on the door? Sally smiled. She had just checked after going to the bathroom. Billy spent most of the next day checking his programming. Sally watched and tried to understand what he was doing, but she didn't disturb him with questions. When he was finally satisfied, they dressed up and had a perfect meal at the hotel restaurant before going back to the factory to sleep a bit and prepare the drones. They would all be leaving in the morning, guests and drones. Billy changed his mind about the wrath of Jesus and went with Thor in the end.